Guys like coming to you. Thank you for allowing us to hit another podcast, which is number 4. Just being able to touch people's lives and hopefully put some fruits in there.
Amen. Welcome to the Dad Nat Comp podcast. We're going to be previewing a couple games coming up this week.
You decided not to change the name, huh?
No, we'll just stick with Dad Nat. I like it. Right. It works. It could be Dan Ant no matter what. Maybe just change the name on the page. I don't know.
That'd be a little confusing, I think.
Yeah, let it be confusing. Who cares?
All
right, so we're going to get started. We're going to talk about the Buccaneers and the Texans. This is in Houston. And what do you think Baker and the boys are going to do in Houston?
This is an interesting game. What I will say is that Todd Bowles really likes to blitz, and he seems to do good against younger quarterbacks. So I think this is a game where the defense might feast, but at the same time, C.J. Stroud and that team has done a really good job of hitting his first read.
Mm-hmm.
Really depends on that. Can you get him off his first read, make him go through his progression? Baker Mayfield has been up and down. We'll see how he looks, but this is a game I think is going to be a game, a closer one. And it's away for the Bucs, so we'll just have to see how they do.
Yeah, I think it's going to be about Mike Evans. It's going to be about Chris Goodwin. Are they doing what they have to do? And as you know, Baker, he's going to be passing it all around the yard because he's not specifically stuck on one thing. But I think it's essential and important to know that probably defense is going to rule the day. I don't know what the over and under is, but I couldn't imagine that it will be more than 35. So what do you think as far as what would you procrastinate or, guess basically that it will be? Who do you think is going to win the game?
This is a one that I would like to stay away from, especially if you're betting. It's going to be, I think it could be a low-scoring game. We got Antoine Winfield over there in the safety playing a really good year for him. Contract year for him. We got a lot of Buccaneer defenders that were on a Super Bowl team just a few years ago.
Right.
And then we just got a Buccaneers offense that hasn't really like exploded like some people had thought they might have after a few games. So I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. But, I mean, like I said, Todd Bowles, he's the third highest blitzer in the league right now. It's just something he does. And I guess it really depends on how much is he going to blitz, how many times can C.J. Stroud hit his first read. But, I mean, I don't like betting for rookie quarterbacks. I never do it. So I think the Buccaneers are going to win this on the road. 2017, something like that.
I think there's 3 kinds of teams in the league, right? So I think there's teams that are getting better, teams that are getting worse, and teams that are in the middle. I think Tampa Bay is a team that's in the middle, but the Texans are a team that's getting better. And I think if we look down like 3 or 4 years from now, especially looking at that AFC South, I think the Texans could be the kings of the AFC South. I like the way the Texans have played. They're going to play hard. I haven't liked the way Tampa Bay has played against very good defenses, and I think the Texans have been very good. And it is in Houston, so I'm going to pick the Texans. I don't think it's necessarily upset, but I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be interesting. So that'll be my pick on that game. I just really like what they're doing. I really like their run game. I really like their defense, and I'm interested to see what C.J. Stroud does against that Tampa Bay secondary. Moving on, we're previewing the Cleveland Browns and the Arizona Cardinals. Exciting times. Cardinals are not very good. They are struggling this season, but they've been very competitive. I think if there was any question about the coaching staff or anything like that, I think that should be left in place and let this team grow a little bit because they haven't been playing with a lot of talent. Now it looks like Kyler Murray's going to be back in the fold.
Might be.
For good. And I'm just interested, to see what you think. Do you think that this is going to be a close game?
Oh yeah. I mean, whenever a quarterback is coming back, like his first week back or
Second week in
a
this.
couple weeks back, what I've seen is that they're not really back. Like
Okay.
it's almost like they're just not back yet. So I wouldn't give any edge with Kyler coming back but what I will say is that this game is really interesting. The Cleveland Browns, Deshaun, I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's going to play or not. I don't know what's going on with Deshaun Watson. But what I will say is I think we got to give Kevin Stefanski a little bit of credit. Of course, we're going to give Jim Schwartz all the credit in the world. But
getting it done with P.J. Walker.
But think about all the quarterbacks he has gotten done. Like, we've had Baker Mayfield, but think about the times where other
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, think about the time where other quarterbacks stepped in and there's still success going on.
Case Keenum.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it's over. There was another quarterback, Case Keenum. There was another guy who walked on, got a win with him against Denver. I forgot his name.
Not including the fact that he was offensive coordinator in Minnesota when Case Keenum, I think they went to the NFC Championship game. So, and Case Keenum, he's all right, but he's not NFC Championship all right.
No. But if you look at the Browns, the defense has been incredible. Took a little bit of step back against the Colts, but, there was a lot going on in that game. So much going on. But Myles Garrett, oh my gosh. He did so much in that game. That was
an incredible player.
That was a heck of a game.
Absolutely. Do you think?
Fantastic.
And I had talked about this. Do you think is there a point where you kind of should shut Deshaun Watson down for the season?
If there was going to be a point, this is about it right here. All you're doing is causing more skepticism. He's just getting hurt. I don't know what's going on out there.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I've never seen anything like this. And nobody believes when he comes back that he's going to help the Cleveland Browns get better. Not right now. So this could be a time to do it. What I will say is $230 million guaranteed. You got to start working on it. Because, is P.J. Walker going to take you to the promised land? I don't think so. So, if he's okay, you got to put him back in. Because at some point, you got to start getting better. And they've already invested in him. He has a couple years of leash on him.
The truth about him is that even before he got hurt, he didn't look exceptionally well. He had an okay game against Tennessee, but that's the only good game he's had.
And you think about it, he comes in next game and he just, against the Colts, he comes in and throws an interception right away. It just hasn't looked good.
Yeah.
Very.
So, who are you picking for that game?
For this game, I'm gonna pick the Browns. Like I said, Kyler back. I don't see that as really a thing. The Browns defense is so tough. That's a hard time to come back.
I really like the Browns. I'm a Browns fan through and through. I think Arizona's going to beat them. I think they're.
See it at home.
I think
against the dog pound.
I don't
care who's out there. It ain't gonna happen.
It doesn't matter who's playing. These quarterbacks are very mobile, and the Browns don't play well against mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah, but there's a difference between Lamar and Dobbs or Murray coming back. Murray coming back off.
There's not that much of a difference between Lamar and Murray.
Okay, no, but coming off an injury, there's a difference. They're not in the same league.
I saw Minshew running on the Browns.
Okay, yeah, but that's not something that they game plan against because he doesn't do that.
I'm betting against the Browns, and I almost never do that, but I don't like the way they get. And to me, their defense is so dominant. If there's a hole in it, I don't think the offense can recover from it. There's nobody in the offense I believe in except for Amari Cooper, and then I don't believe anybody can get him the ball.
I can't disagree with you. BJ hasn't looked good, and I don't believe they've won these games with him in there.
I don't believe Nick Chubbs. Not Nick Chubbs. I don't believe in Jerome Ford.
The crazy thing, though,
I don't think Jerome Ford is going to play. He missed last week, and I don't know.
Think about how bad PJ has looked, and he's won 2 in a row with that horrible play.
Yeah, I think honestly I would just play DTR just to give him some game time.
The season's not over.
I know they've got a winning record.
They just won 2 tough ones.
They got a winning record. It just feels like a wrap to me, and that's the weirdest thing in the world.
They won a tough one, and now they're facing the Cardinals.
I don't believe in the Browns. Like, to me, like, they're the fakest winning team out there right now. Why should I believe in them? You know what I mean? Like, honestly, the San Francisco game, the defense had to be Hercules to win that game. And Debo and Christian McCaffrey went out. Then we talk about the Indianapolis game. Looked like the refs won that game to me. Cincinnati and Joe Burrow wasn't feeling great. Like, I don't believe in the Browns that much. Like, I think they could beat a bad team with a non-mobile quarterback, but I don't think they're great.
I'm not saying they're great, but I do think they're going to beat the Cardinals. I don't think that bar is very high. Cardinals are winning 6 for a reason.
Cardinals have played everybody tough. They're going to win more games. I just think.
I think they're going to win more games, but I don't think it's this one.
I just do. That's just my opinion. Let's go ahead and go on to our hot takes. Do you have any hot takes for the week? I'll give you my hot take while you're eating your ice cream. My hot take is really simple. I get a feeling before this is all said and done that the Browns are going to end up trading Deshaun Watson.
Ooh.
I don't know. I can see in the last year of his contract that he's going to be traded. I think they may just end up cutting him. Like, I think he's just not the Deshaun Watson he was. I think that there's some other issues involved. I don't think he's copacetic with the coach. I think they're going to fire Kevin Stefanski, who I think he's a decent coach, before we get an opportunity to see. I think it's all shenanigans. But I think there's going to be a point where they're going to end up getting rid of Deshaun Watson. I don't see him playing out his full contract with Cleveland. How? He can't play. I don't even think it's a hot take. I think it's a ice cold take. Like, it's common sense. He's not good. I don't like it. And then on top of it,
might be onto something there.
He has no, like, there's something wrong with his moral set on top of it. You know? I just don't like it. I don't like anything I see. And like a lot of times, he seems like he struggles taking responsibility for things that are going wrong with the offense. And I've noticed that. And to me, I don't know how a team can get behind that. And I feel like he's already done a couple of things this year where the team's not behind him. I think once you lose the team, it's almost impossible to get him back. That's as a coach or the quarterback. Ask Jay Cutler. Do you know the Jay Cutler story?
He was a jerk.
Jay Cutler is a jerk quarterback for the Chicago Bears. And the story goes that, like, the lineman would allow defensive linemen through so that he would take a hit. Real story, man. Just a guy out there taking hits because he had pissed off people.
That's kind of crazy because, giving up a sack is going to affect your own money.
Oh, it affects your money. But it's worth it to watch Jay Cutler get hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't stand it.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I'm not saying Deshaun Watson's on that level, but I'd slide over to the left and let somebody go through to hit him. That's how I feel. You have a hot take for us?
I do. I actually gave my hot take earlier.
Okay.
But I'm not going to repeat it. I'm going to go ahead with something else now.
Okay.
I think the Bills are in trouble.
Okay.
I think Josh Allen's in trouble. But it's not mostly him. He's playing mediocre. Even though he has a lot of touchdowns, but he has a lot of interceptions this year. And
here's the issue, I think, with Buffalo. Just putting this out there. They changed offensive coordinators. Or a quarterback coach. Or nevertheless, this is what I heard. I heard that, when Josh Allen came in, one of the biggest things for him was accuracy.
Mm-hmm. That's showing up again this year.
And so he had a coach, I think his name is Dable, and he focused on him being accurate and not throwing interceptions. And he thrived in that system. And now that's not quite the case, and he is struggling a little bit, And I just don't think. And it's funny because he probably has more weapons now than he's ever had in his entire career.
So yeah, and I do agree with that. But I think the problem is smaller, but we're gonna see the problem more and more these last couple of weeks because he got a little banged up a few weeks ago, and since then, from my understanding, they don't want him to run out of the pocket, and that's something that he's just really good at doing. And without it, I mean, I don't think he's very good at all. I don't think he's your normal pocket quarterback. He's really good on the run, you know. And if he can't roll out sometimes, I think that's going to be a problem this year. And because of that, I'm seeing the downfall of the Bills this year. And not much beyond until they decide to get back to that.
You know, it doesn't mean anything, but you know, I miss Drew Brees. You know what I liked about Drew Brees? He was the king of the check down.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he wasn't too good to throw the check down. These quarterbacks today, they act like they can't throw the damn check down.
Well, that's Baker Mayfield and Josh Allen. They don't like that check down.
Like, throw the damn check down. The check down's available. It's there for you so you don't have to take a hit. Drew Brees would rather throw the check down than take a hit. These guys would rather take a hit and maybe get it down the field a little bit than take the check down.
I understand.
It shortens your career.
What happens out there when you don't, if you don't have a really good back, sometimes that check down doesn't look as good. Like Drew Brees, he had Alvin Kamara at the end. That check down was good, but
He didn't care who it was out there.
Oh, he didn't. I'm just saying.
He would check it down to your mama. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, he didn't care who he was throwing the check down to, as long as he didn't take that hit, especially at the end.
But it seems what happens though is like when you don't.
Tom Brady knows how to throw the check down.
Oh, he loves the check down. But what it seems like is these quarterbacks are afraid that like if they throw that check down, they might miss a chance and then there's all kinds of people like fans saying like, man, this guy stinks. He's just throwing the check down.
No, nobody's saying that.
You'll get that game manager tag.
That's fine.
Kirk Cousins, he'll throw the check down.
Yeah, throw the check down.
He loves the check down.
I'll throw the check down I'll throw the check down until you come down and cover it. And then when you come down and cover it, then throw it deep. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, you can throw that check down into a max contract.
Yeah.
That's Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
You can.
So anyways, that's all for the Dead Net podcast.
Ask Derek Carr. Hey, you know, he might have a little trouble with the check down himself too.
Thank you guys very much for watching. Take care and God bless.